Hey, sixth graders, we are going to do 2 pages today in our math journal. We are going to learn about the dot plot, line plot, and also the stem and leaf plot. So you should have this little section already glued into your math journal. If you don't have it, you're going to need to draw this candy bars dot plot for me. And then you'll see I wrote the set of numbers up above it. That wasn't on there, so I kind of added it on there. Okay, so this is our first example, is this one over here that we have glued in. And I'm going to talk first about the steps to create this, because on homework or a test or things like that, you might have to actually make one of these and know what it's going to look like according to the numbers that were given in our set. So our steps to create. Let's scroll down here a little bit. Our first step over here is that we have to make a number line that starts with our smallest number and ends with our biggest number. So up here, you'll see I put them in order already. You're going to have to do that because we have to know that our smallest number is 0 and our biggest number is 8, so that when we make this number line, we can make it go from 0 all the way up to 8. So it has to include the smallest all the way to the largest. Then our second step over here is, for a dot plot or a line plot, you use dots or X's to represent each value. So they can look like this on the chart, or they can look like this. You'll see up here they used the X's, but they could have also used these little dots instead. So either way. Now, I noted underneath number 2, it says if a number repeats, you have to add another X or dot. So like if you look up above the number, oh, there are extra numbers on there that aren't on my, what was I doing? Okay, well, I'll add those. You'll notice that the number 3, 5, 6, and 8 up there, they all repeat. So you had to add extra X's or dots. So you can't just put 1 up there. You have to put as many as that number is repeated. And then the other little blurb down here, it says if a number is missing, you simply leave it blank. So if you look here at number 4, there's no 4 in my set, but I still have to write it like a number line. I just don't put any X's or dots above it. So now let's see here. Actually, I'm just going to blur the ones out that I didn't include in my set. So let's pretend like those aren't there. That X is not there. And that one's not there. So we just have 1, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. I don't know why, for some reason I didn't include those. Maybe because it made my average weird or something. So we are going to, lastly, our final step is we are going to use this graph now to find our mean, median, mode, and range. Now, obviously, we wouldn't need the graph to do this. We can just use the numbers given, and I've rewritten them in order down here. This is all you really need to do those, but the graph kind of helps sometimes because we can look up there and see, and I'll show you in a second. So our first one is our mean. Think about what mean means. Our mean is our average. So that means we're going to have to add all of our numbers together over here and see what our total is. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We have to add those all together. So give me a second here. Okay, I got 38 here when I added them all together. Now, 38 is not our average because now we have to divide it by the number of numbers. So up here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 numbers. So I now have to do 38 divided by 10. So 10 goes into 38 3 times, and that gives me 30. I'm left with an 8 down here, so I have to add decimal 0, decimal up above, and then 10 is going to go into 80 8 times exactly, so we end with our perfect 0. So once we divide to get our average here is a 3.8. Then our median, like when we're driving down the road, our median is in the middle. So we are going to cross out until we get to our middle number. So I'm going to use yellow so I can still see the numbers. So 0 and 8, 1 and 7, 2 and 6, 3 and 5, and I'm left with 2 numbers in the middle. But since those 2 numbers are the same, we can just use 3, because if we do 3 plus 3, which is 6, 6 divided by 2, those were our steps for if we have 2 numbers in the middle, we have to add them and divide by 2. We're still going to get 3, so we can just put that our median is 3. Our mode is our number that is repeated the most. Now, since I crossed out all those extra ones up above, the 5, 6, and the 8, our mode now, because we're pretending like we don't have those, our mode, the only one that's repeated up above, is our number 3. And we can tell from when we put it in order right here also. So again, our answer is 3. And then our range, remember our range is difference. So we have to take our biggest number, which is 8, subtract our smallest number, which is 0, and then we get our range, which is 8. So we found our mean, median, mode, and range. We've used our set. We learned our steps for writing that graph. So now let's look over at a stem and leaf plot. So we're on your next page. Okay, now we're on page 5. This is a stem and leaf plot. Now this is also used when we're given a set of numbers, but the setup looks a lot different. So you should have this example in there. If you don't, go ahead and write it in, add it, and then let's look at our steps down here. Our first step is we have to order our numbers from least to greatest. Up above, they didn't do that yet, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Let's see, our smallest is 12. Then it goes 14, 18, 23, 23, 25, then 32, 35, 12, 14, 18, 23, 23, 25, 32, 35. So we ordered them from least to greatest. Now we have to create a T-chart. A T-chart is this thing right here. It looks like a big T, and you have to have your stem over on the left and your leaf written over on the right. So that's the basis of it when you get started. Then once we have our T-chart created, we pick our first number, our smallest number. My smallest number up here is 12. So I'm going to start with 12. Whatever is in the ones digit goes under leaf. So my 2 right here, that goes right here under the leaf. And then whatever was in the tens digit or anything else, even if it was a 3-digit number, everything else, which is the 1, goes over under stem. So see how this right here makes a 12? It's the 1 and the 2 to make 12. Now you go and do each number after that. So after we start with the first number, now we're going to continue adding the rest of the numbers, but we do not repeat the stem digit. So you'll notice my next number is 14, but I don't write another 1 over here. I just use the same 1, and now I add the 4 over here. So the tens place, I don't have to repeat it. The ones place, I need to keep adding it. Then my next one is 18, so I put my 8, my ones place here, and then I don't repeat that 1 again. I even keep using the same 1. Now, since I'm done with all of them that start with a 1, have a 1 in the tens place, I now have to go down to the next row. So since these next ones start with 2s, those have to go down to the next row right here. So my 2 now goes right here. I'm starting with 2s now, and then we have 23, 23, 25. So notice we don't repeat the 2 again. And then my last ones down here are my ones that start with 3s, and we go down to the next row again, and then we put our 32, 35. So you're just putting the tens digit over on the left and the ones over on the right. Now again, we can use our graph to answer our questions about mean, median, mode, and range. So let me zoom out a little bit so I can see over here. Again, we're going to have to add these all together. So I'm going to write them over here. 12. Oops, why did I do that? 12, then 14, then 18, 23, 23, 25, 32, 35. We add them all together because we're going to find our average. So let's see here. My total, I get 182. And now that's not my mean. I have to divide that by the number of numbers. So up here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 numbers. So I have to do 182 divided by 8. Okay, 8 goes into 18 2 times. That gets 16, and then we're going to subtract. We get 2. We're going to bring down our 2. 8's going to go into 22, 8, 16, just 2 times again. And so we get here 6. Now I'm going to have to add a decimal, 0. Oops, why did I do that? We have to add our decimal 0. So now we have 60. Well, 8 times 8 is 64. So it's not going to go in 8 times. It would be a 7. And 7 times 8 is 56. Subtract one more 0. And then 8 goes nicely into 45 times. So our average now, and let's see if this makes sense, 22.75. That seems about right. That would be about your average number, somewhere in the 20s. So I'm going to go ahead and add that to my average. 22.75. Then our median is our middle number. So let's look up above when we had it in order, and we're going to cross out here. I'll do this with a black. Let's see, 12 and 35, 14 and 32, 18 and 25. Again, we have 2 numbers just like the last set, but they're the same again. So our steps for this were to add them together and divide by 2. But really, you guys, if they're the same number, it's just that number, because 46 divided by 2 is going to get me 23. So since they're both the same, you can just write 23. Our mode is our most. Again, now this doesn't always happen like this, but our most, the only one that's repeated is 23. So 23 is our median and our mode because it was in the middle, and it was the only one that was repeated because there were 2 of them. Last step is our range, or our difference. So we have to find our biggest number and our smallest number. Our biggest number was 35. Our smallest was 12. So we're going to have to subtract. And we get, oh, that's so funny. That does not always work like that. Our range, or our difference, is also 23. So we found our mean, median, mode, and range. You guys are awesome. Thanks for getting this done. I really appreciate it. Make sure you keep this nice and neat for your major grade. And I will see you guys tomorrow and help you out with some more examples. Adios.